What is up, everybody? Are we 5 by 5? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Good to see. Smash that like button, heart this stream. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. It's so nice to be back. Seeing you guys again for the second day in a row. We'll get a schedule going. We'll get a schedule going for sure. So, you know, get stoked on that. It's always a pleasure to be on the front lines with each and every one of you. We are back, baby. Big shout out to pill.net. Big shout out to BoostTube. Good to see everyone. Good to see you guys. Trump won Armad in the chat. We are 5 by 5. It looks like the good old days, TRU. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate that. Yes. Hump day. You're right. 10,000 gold pill challenge over there on pill.net. What's going on, Rumble? Rumble's on too. Why don't you head on over to YouTube? Come hang out. We got a heck of a show. A heck of a show. This is a PG show. We can still have fun, though. We just got to watch what we say. But we have sponsors coming back. We have a lot of people signing up on YouTube. Share this stream wherever you can. And just make everybody aware that we are live and in your face. Remember that? Live and in your face. WWF house shows. Wasn't that great? It's so good to see everybody. Good to see all the first responders coming back. Yes, them bones. Ham bone. Good to see ya, them bones. Yeah, please share the stream on X, on your Instagram, on Telegram, on Truth Social, wherever it is. But so good to be here with you. I like the music continues to play. And now the intro is over. We did an hour and 25 minutes yesterday. We'll try to get to that again today. Again, just working out some kinks. Remember we had a lot of people were asking yesterday, well, how do I utilize the Cash App to help out to get this channel back on its feet? Well, you see it right there. If you want to click that, just scan it with your phone, whether you're watching on TV, your laptop, your phone, just scan that, and that'll take you to Cash App. So get stoked on it. It's so good to see everybody out there. Amazon, UPS, etc. have announced 50,000 layoffs this week. Unemployment keeps rising. Nothing is cheaper. Every job report's getting worse. Bankrupt farms, the value of the dollar has dropped 11% in 2025. I mean, what was it, 5 years ago? My goodness. How you doing, brother Thomas? Glad you were back. Thank you, James and Tyra Pittman. I appreciate that. Dr. Anon69. So many YouTube canceled truthers are back again. White hats have overtaken YouTube. I hope so. I hope so. We are back. It's so good. Curious Cat, thank you for the cookie. I appreciate that. Jack Attack 17, thank you for the cookie as well over there on pill.net. So good to see each and every one of you. Let's get into the news again right there. You can see the Cash App if you want to hit that. A lot of people were asking yesterday again. But either way, let's pick up where we left off. You saw the title for today's show. The Autopen is just going to continue to come back. And that's not where we left off, but I'm just kind of summarizing what is happening right now. They're going to start doing grand juries, and they're going to start pulling these people to say, listen, I mean, you're subpoenaed. You're here. It's time to let us know what was going on. This kind of went away, and now it's coming back. which is very, very interesting if you guys want to check that out. I think you could go over to justthenews.com, check out their website, they had a whole thing on that when it comes to the Autopen. I mean, you guys can let me know what you guys think of the Autopen over there on Rumble and Pilled and BoozTube, you know? Winnie says, Thomas was the very first truther I watched. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, by the way, let me just say this too. A lot of fat jokes yesterday. You try losing everything and trying to stay sane. Try and do that. Try and lose everything. One day you wake up, everything's gone. You're going to put on some pounds. You're going to be stressed. Most people are like, I'm stressed, I'm losing weight. Well, when I get stressed, I like to eat. And it's been a battle, my friends. It's been a battle. But we're back. James and Tyra Pittman. Thomas, you were the first truther I watched as well, brother. Thank you so much. Appalachia Badger. Pay no mind, bro. Thomas, what are you doing, my friend? We're just doing Ralph Riley. My goodness. Is that the old Ralph? I just learned how to stress eat recently. It's a thing. Yes, that's what I do. I do like to stress eat. But it's all good. It's all gravy. People do that. No pun intended with the gravy. Add some extra gravy. Let's get into it, folks. What we left off with yesterday. Again, 10,000 gold pill challenge. Hit up the Cash App as well, please. And good to see everybody over there on all three platforms. And we're going to figure this out. Like, there's going to be other shows. Again, you know, everyone's like, he's bringing back Linda Paris. Yes, we are going to do a show. It'll probably be monthly. Maybe at the end of every month, we'll be doing that. We'll be bringing back Beyond the Headlines. We just have to be so careful with YouTube. We may have to put that show behind almost like a Patreon, because it is, you know, they're not going to like what we talk about. And I can't risk losing this again. So it may have to go behind a paywall, which, you know, it's fine. I mean, we would keep it totally cheap for everybody just to hang out and watch what me and Linda talk about, because you go back and watch those old videos. And by the way, all those videos on this channel, everything that we used to talk about is going to be put on a solid state, an external hard drive. It's not going to be on this channel anymore. So get it in while you still can. Yeah, I can't have it on the channel anymore. I saw Praying Medic was out there. Jordan Sather's out there. They're talking about 17. You know, you just got the channel back, brothers. Do you want to risk losing it? You know what I mean? YouTube is very, you know, they're watching. And it's stuff like that that'll get you thrown right off. Appalachia Badger, intermittent fasting. Yes. If it's on, it can come off. That's correct. Yeah, True Reporting. I was able to bring up your app yesterday. $2. Just check it. It worked. Lucy Rose Petal, I did receive that. Thank you. It did work, but this way is a lot faster. This way is a lot better. It's just simplistic. Uncensored Abe, what's up, dude? Our good friend over there on pill.net. What's up, bud? You good? All good. All good. All right. Enough yapping. Let's get to trapping, right? Let's go. Boom. More Americans exposing the truth about the SNAP EBT problem. The real reason why a lot of people are upset about this whole food stamps benefit thing is because they're actually selling them. This has been a thing for a very, very long time, for sure. So, there is that. They will never admit to selling them, but it's happening. And I feel like this is a stereotype, whether, whatever race, creed, whatever you are. Race, creed, color, it does not matter. Man, woman, I think that people just do it. Let's take a listen to this. This is where we left off yesterday. We talked about this a lot. Let's take a listen to this, our friend here.
All right, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Like, the real reason why a lot of people are upset about this whole food stamps, SNAP benefit thing, bro, is because they're selling their food stamps, bro. They're selling them. I'm telling you, they are selling their food stamps, bro. You know how many people in New York and other states right now are going to the corner store, the deli, and they're selling their food stamps, bro? They're selling, that's why they're getting like $4,000, $3,000 in food stamps, and they're selling it for cash. They'll get $4,000 in food stamps, and they'll just take like $1,000 in cash. Like, bro, like that's happening. Like,
so my question is like, if you're out there selling them, like, where does that food stamp go to? Is that like to the bodega? The bodega owner's like, okay, well, I'll just use this. I don't know how this works. I've never been on government help. It's not like I grew up rich or anything like that. I grew up completely middle class. We just never were on anything like that. So is this making sense to anybody? 50% of cash for EBT since its inception. 50% cash for EBT. Not my name says. As much money they get, they should have months of food storage. Interesting. Let's finish up with this guy.
Everywhere. That's why they're mad. That is exactly why they're mad right now. And you know the thing about it too? They will never admit to selling their food stamps.
Wow. Is this a real thing? They're selling it for cash to buy tobacco and alcohol, John Paul Pesh says. Is that it? I guess. I would imagine. That's crazy. What do you do with that? I don't know. This has got to be regulated better. This has to be a crime, too. Isn't that like a crime? Can you do that? It's got to be illegal. And then you just find like a guy. Let's look it up. Is it illegal to sell food stamps? It has to be. Selling food stamps for cash, known as food stamp trafficking, is a serious offense with significant legal consequences. Not good. Not good. It goes against federal law. Don't do it. Don't get caught doing this. Do not get caught doing this. Norm Hamill selling food stamps has been going on since I was a teenager, and that was 45 years ago. Yes, it's never been enforced. You'll sell $100 to someone and give them $130 in food stamps. Wow. Interesting. Mad Links. No, we don't talk about that on this channel. That is over with. We've learned all we need to learn. That was the awakening process. No reason to rehatch things. You know? There's no reason to rehatch things. We get it. We get it. Now they make you put in your social security number to get the balance, but not to use them. Wow. I was on them years ago. They helped out. Always put back a bit, but I was raised Mormon too. LOL. Interesting. Right on. Over with. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if if that comes back, then it comes back, and that's totally great. That is amazing. But I mean, you yourself, right on, can just go back and check out all of those posts if you would like. You could totally do that. But I would rather, I'd rather just see how all that pans out, and some stuff has and some stuff hasn't. So it's it's totally fine. But again, it's it's just one of those things where I don't want to get stuck in the past with that. All those videos are still up. If you want to go through all that and go to the board and that kind of stuff, I mean, it's all still around. And I believe it's all still relevant. Don't get me wrong. But, I'm not necessarily going to talk about that unless it's, relevant. Unless the president's like, well, you can talk about it and, and he brings it up multiple times, that's what I would do at that time. We're living in it for sure. True reporting, it's more like $75 of SNAP for each $25 cash. Yeah, Trump one's right. I agree with you. Most of the podcasters became popular because of the 17th letter. I mean, we were the first on the scene talking about it. But, that was 5 years ago, right? Just understand that. Let's talk about this. If you want to kind of graze on it, we can. Trump posted this, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, or this morning actually, at 1:13 a.m. It just gives you an insight into how ignorant these activism-driven radical left people are. They're making idiots out of themselves while they march and cry about something their masters were promoting themselves, of course, until Trump came along and said it. Let's take a look.
There is a legal way to do it, so you don't have to sneak across in the first place.
We do not think the comprehensive health care benefits should be extended to those who are undocumented workers and illegal aliens. We do not want to do anything to encourage more illegal immigration into this country. We know now that too many people come in for medical care as it is. We certainly don't want them having the same benefits that American citizens are entitled to have.
Every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
And again, we're not even done with this video, but again, think about this. I mean, this is again, the title is They All Agreed Until Trump Said It. What changed? Were they all getting something in return for this? I don't know. I have no idea. But something changed once an outsider stepped in that wasn't a part of the system. Correct? Can we all agree on that? Out of respect for keeping the channel safe, Thomas asks we don't put those things in chat. No, yeah, definitely I'm going to have a chat GPT go into the chat, and anything that, we don't know what could happen in the chat. Somebody could spam an awful word that starts with the letter N, and that would automatically delete that comment. So that will be happening today. We've got to be very safe with this. And, respect to those that are risking it. But why would you want to risk it when you could put news out there and your opinion out there, and those of you in the chat, put your opinion out there as well. Vocalize everyone, utilize everyone for spreading the truth. Why would you want to risk that for something that took place 5 years ago? I don't get that at all. I agree with everything, with the majority of everything that took place when this channel was operating and what I talked about with all of you. So just understand that. It's not that I'm, shunning any of that or, besmirching any of that. I just think it's time that, we're in a different phase. There's a different phase. There's an asleep stage, there's an awakening stage, and there's getting things done and spreading the word of triumph and victory and struggle within this country that doesn't necessarily partake in what we used to talk about. If you get it. No, nothing has happened. Yes. Let's continue on with this. They all said it. They all agreed with it until Trump said it. Let's go.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security. Felons.
Wild stuff. Who knew? Who knew? I think we all did. I mean, listen, when our president got into office, they all ganged up on him. Let's just be honest with ourselves. They all did it. They're the ones that divided this country. They're the ones that have done so much to hurt us. Isn't that facts? I think so. We all knew. Dixie, thank you for the shades over there on Pilled. By the way, if you're watching right now and you're stoked we're back, please on YouTube, share. This is just our second stream. You're getting the notifications. The algorithm is working. Hallelujah on that, right? So make sure you share the stream. Make sure you hit the like button. That thumbs up. Just on yesterday's stream, I think we're approaching like 4,000 views. It's crazy. First time back. Brandon said, yep, popped right up. Excelente. Coffee and tea, best part of my day. Thomas, your show is incredible. Coffee and tea. Salute to you, my friend. If you want to help out the program, you most certainly can. Right there. You can scan that QR code and use Cash App. Help out. Keep us right on track. After these messages, we'll be right back. Imagine that. Boom. Let's go into this. This is crazy as well. More than 160 Republicans potentially investigated in FBI's Arctic frost probe. House panel says the size and scope of the Biden-era Arctic frost investigation continues to be revealed to be larger than known as more than internal DOJ and FBI records are released. Listen, they knew who they targeted. They were doing it on purpose. They were trying to dismantle Congress. And it's right there. 160 Republicans, very much tied closely to President Trump, DJT. They were targeted. Then they also tweeted that recently reviewed documents show the Arctic frost investigation appears more wide-ranging than initially believed in the Biden's DOJ effort to actually take down President Trump and his supporters. Right? Guess who was behind that? Christopher Wray. Didn't that guy get indicted? Aren't we there? Are we there yet? Didn't that guy get indicted? And by the way, you could go back and look. I believe at one of the posts, and it actually said trust Wray. Does anybody remember that? So that's what I'm saying. You gotta, let's not just totally, I guess when it comes up in what we read, I guess it's okay to acknowledge for sure. But there were some mistakes and there was a lot of truth too. But I do believe it was that activation, turning the key to humanity. That's my rap, turning the key to humanity. Nearly 200 pages of documents provide new insights into the sweeping investigation aimed at the movement, which was launched by the FBI director, then Christopher Wray, and later picked up the former DOJ special counsel, Jack Smith, under then Attorney General Merrick Garland. That guy's probably going to be in a lot of trouble too. You know what I mean? Mud Rabbit, Arctic Frost sounds like a Marvel character. Yes. Yes. So this committee, and again, we see these committees when it comes to Jim Jordan, it comes to James Comer. They run these committees over and over and over and over and over again. Does anything happen? Not particularly. If it did, we'd see people behind bars, but, you know, what? There's been a handful of people that have actually done some very serious crimes. A lot of people have gone missing. Who knows if they're alive or dead? We don't know. But again, we constantly see this. But when we see it escalate from these committee hearings, and we start seeing it escalate into a grand jury, now we're up with the big dogs. That's what I think. If you're enjoying the show on Pill 10,000 Gold Pill Challenge, also hit up the Cash App and smash that like button on YouTube. If you understand that when you start seeing the term grand jury, I don't think they're messing around anymore. Do you? Is that how you guys feel? What do you think about that? When you watch over and over these committees, whether it's about UAPs or something else, or the border, or people just, literally committing treason, and then nothing happens with these committees, then you start hearing about grand juries. That should send your hackles up on the back of your neck. You should be like, interesting. We're taking it up a notch. And the Democrats, they'll probably freak out a little bit, right? Like this.
All right, let's not get into panic mode.
Don't get into panic mode. But, that's a thing. when you start seeing the terms like that. Grand jury, woo, not good. Not good at all. So we will see when it comes to a lot of names. Former Mayor Rudy Giuliani, he was investigated. Scott Perry. Who else? Mark Meadows. John Eastman. A lot of people. That's happening. The new records reveal the internal threat tags used for the FBI for investigation, including fraud, corrupt, P-corrupt _ camp. The newly released documents also include the FBI's prediction for making various people targets of the investigation. Where are you at? Kash Patel. Come on, baby. Do something. Where are you at, Dan Bongino? Let's do something. And I think they are. And I hope they're trying their best. I really do. I hope they're trying their best. Not my name is True Reporting, and we are still collaborating. Yes, we are going to collaborate for sure. We have to set up all new stuff, though, and go from there. Miss Echo, thank you for the cookie. I appreciate that. Mystery Soul 101. Wow, you're back. Woohoo. You too. Let's go. Salute to thee. I would say I never see enough done. I'm starting to lean, just jail them all. Asmund Gold's way. Jail them all. Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing that, oh my goodness, what is his name? I can't even think of it. He was just interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Jail them all. Nick Fuentes says, and I agree with you, Cyber Droids Funky Labs, they got to build an airtight case. Facts. That is a great point. Yes. W's in the chat for Funky Labs. Hit them up with W's. That's a win. That is a great comment. They got to build an airtight case. Because of the judicial systems, so on and so forth. It's you can't throw all your eggs in a basket when it comes to these places. You just can't. You don't know about the Southern District of New York. You don't know. It's got to get cleaned up. It's got to be cleaned up. Miss Echo with the cookie. I believe the grand juries took place over the last 4+ years. It's interesting. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I haven't seen anything on that. But these investigations are not the investigations. Are just not great. You know? This is not a good thing, and these people need to be subpoenaed. For sure. Yeah, you can't target dozens of the GOP and get away with it. You just can't do it. No chance. No chance. And then we have this. Isn't this a problem too? We talked about a little bit about this yesterday, playing both sides of the field when you're a dual citizen. What? Biden official work with Chinese espionage front to undermine U.S. tariff negotiations? This guy's got to go away. This guy's got to take a long walk. Null set, thank you. Welcome back, True Reporting. Thank you. Biden official work with Chinese espionage front to undermine U.S. tariff negotiations. My goodness. When President Trump imposed sweeping tariffs on Chinese goods, the Chinese Communist Party didn't just retaliate with trade measures. It launched an information war using American insiders to spread its narrative that tariffs were reckless and self-defeating. One of the most prominent voices in the campaign is Rick Waters, a former senior U.S. diplomat who directed the State Department's China House. Since leaving government, Waters has become a reliable messenger for Beijing's preferred positions, appearing with CCP-linked influence groups and using Western media outlets to promote China talking points that undermine Trump's trade strategy. Where is this guy? Huh? This guy worked for the State Department. Wow. Can anybody spell out traitor downwardly in the chat? Traitor. Traitor. Down in the chat using just the letters. Wow. What are they doing? BK says, I'm sure Waters is one of the thousands of CCP American stooges. Yeah. Remember Fang Fang? What was that guy's name? What was his name? Not Debbie Wasserman Schultz. What was that guy's name? Swalwell. Fartswell, BK, thank you. Yeah. That's another one. Why, he's still walking around? Crazy. You can't do that. Oh, we're getting raided. America Rising Media Stream. Thank you so much. I believe that's Johnny Q. I think. Let me know who that is. Swallowwell. Yes. Very funny. You guys help out over there on Pill. 10,000 Gold Pill Challenge. Help out. Show that love. Show that support. You can help out with Cash App too. Right there. The other way was left-handed. But today, it's right there. You can just scan the QR code and help this channel. We also have merch. Tons of merch. T-shirts, hoodies, hats. All brand new stuff. While you guys and I was away from YouTube, there's a whole merch store out there. You want to buy some merch? Grab it. Grab it. There you go. Grab that merch. Spirit554, thank you for the cookie. Appreciate. Yeah, Duppy, Sean and On and Johnny Q. Thank you so much, fellas. Salute to you and everybody watching right now as well. Interesting stuff. Let's go into this. So this is pretty interesting, and this might get everybody on YouTube kind of fired up. And I like this. I got this over here on the boards earlier today. This is old, but you'll see why I'm getting into it. House Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ms. Greene of Georgia introduced the following bill, which was referred to the Committee of Energy and Commerce, a bill to prohibit weather modification within the United States and for other purposes. Oh, remember that? Remember when the DOD came out? They were like, oh, yeah, you know, like we do have DEWs, direct energy. Well, we do have that. That's live. That's out there. They really did say that. Everyone's talked about it. We all know about it. And then we can look into, oh, what took place in Hawaii, what took place in many other places across the country around Asheville, North Carolina as well. So again, this act may be cited as Clear Skies Act. And you may have heard about this from about September or July, maybe August. It was during the summer. Okay? In general, whoever in any circumstances described in subsection B knowingly conducts weather modification in the United States, including the territories and possessions of the United States, shall be subject to the penalties described in the subsection. Circumstances described for the purposes of the subsection A, the circumstances described in this subsection are that the defendant traveled in interstate or foreign commerce or traveled using a means, channel, facility, or instrumentality of interstate or foreign commerce in furtherance or of or in connection with the conduct described in the subsection. The defendant transmitted in interstate or foreign commerce any communication relating to or in furtherance of the conduct described in the subsection. Whoever violates this shall be fined not more than 100 grand for each violation and imprisoned for 5 years or more. Wow. Each instance of injection, release, omission, or dispersal under subject A shall constitute a separate violation of such section. The establishment of the system. The administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, in coordination with the administration of the Federal Aviation Administration and the administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, shall establish a system for the public to report suspected violations of Section 2. If you're cloud seeding, which we know is real, 5 years in prison and a fine to up over $100,000. Such system may collect reports via telephone, email, mail, or online portal. Yeah, Caesar Hair 45. Holy crap, you're back on YouTube. I'm back, baby. They have been denying weather modification for decades. Yes, for sure. Publication of reports. The administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency shall make publicly available on the website of the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA has to put this on there, and this has happened back in around July, August, September. The administrator of the environmental shall investigate suspected violations under this section, which is interesting. In determining whether a violation of Section 2 occurred, cloud seeding, all that kind of stuff, the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency may coordinate with the Secretary of Agriculture, the Secretary of the Interior, the administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration, the administrator of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, the administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or head of any other federal agency that the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency determines to be relevant, to verify the nature of any activities described in a report submitted under subsection A. Referral to the DOJ, the Department of Justice. The administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency shall refer a suspected violation that the administrator determines to have occurred under Section B2 to the Attorney General of the United States for further action. Interesting. Section 5. In any provision of federal and regulation or executive order authorizing or requiring weather modification, including a licensing requirement or permit of any such weather modification, is hereby nullified and shall have no force or effect. If you want to go out there and you want to get licensing for this, it's null and void. You are done. You cannot do this anymore. So start seeing blue skies, folks. Whether you're East Coast, Mountain Time, West Coast, it does not matter. Hopefully we start seeing blue skies. Again, why am I talking about this now? Thomas, our MGT, put this out months ago. Why is this something that we're talking about now? This is old news, Thomas. Why? Well, we'll get to it here in a minute. The term atmosphere means the gaseous envelope around the Earth, including all airspace within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. Weather modification. In general, the term weather modification means any injection, release, emission, or dispersal of a chemical compound, or a substance or conveyance of an apparatus into the atmosphere for the express purpose of producing an artificial change in the composition, behavior, or dynamics of the atmosphere, or affecting the temperature, the weather, the climate, or the intensity of sunlight. Examples: geoengineering, cloud seeding, solar radiation modification and management, and a release of an aerosol into the atmosphere to influence temperature, precipitation, or the intensity of sunlight. And here's the kicker. When was this released? As we could see, 7/15/2025, introduced to the House. That's July. When does this come into play? This shall take effect, as you can see right here, 90 days after the date of enactment of this act. August, September, October. We'll see what happens, but we're in the month. 90 days after the enactment of this act will take place. Now, I understand that the government's shut down. I get that. Maybe we start to see clear skies. Maybe they stop doing that. Maybe our calcified pineal gland starts to open up. Right? It could happen. It could happen. 10,000 gold pill challenge over there on Pilled. Hit this QR code to help donate to the stream and grab some merch. Scrolling down below. You know how to do it. Techno Creator 2054, are they gone or just changing it up? I don't know. Anything is better than nothing happening at all, right? Arizona seems 99% more clear in the last 3 months. Been monitoring daily. Interesting. What do you think about that? Huh? What do you think about that? I guess it's enacted. I guess it's ready to go. Let's continue moving forward with the show. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button on YouTube. Smash it right now. Or whatever the kids say. James Sloan, the 25th, we had chemtrails in SoCal. We'll see. We will see. Has the funding been taken away? I don't know. No idea. Hurricane Melissa likely weather. Yeah, dude, that's a buzzsaw. That's a buzzsaw, BK. Go into this. Do you find this interesting? I do. But I figured it would happen. Alleged Charlie Kirk shooter, their partner, their lover, raises eyebrows as they go missing 6 weeks after the you-know-what, the bang-bang. Person's gone. Tyler Robinson's rumored lover has chosen to fly under the radar in the wake of the arrest of the murderer of Charlie Kirk. So they just up and leave? Where is this investigation? An investigation. They're just gone? Initially, the 22-year-old reportedly cooperated with authorities, but is now unclear whether that remains the case given the current AWOL status. He has also not made any public statements about the you-know-what and has refused to speak with media since the incident that shocked the nation. This guy's just gone. Woo-wee. And this is mainstream news, folks. This is Yahoo News. That's crazy. There's the lover right there. Wowzers. MH, aloha, Thomas and everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. But this person has just gone AWOL. What do you think about that? Just up and missing, up and gone. Not good. Not good at all. Let's go into this too. Everybody, I mean, is anybody paying? Anybody in the chat from Mississippi? Have you heard about this? Around Mississippi? Because this happened in South Carolina. Monkeys escape after truck overturns on Mississippi Highway. 3 are still missing. Well, what's the kicker? They're contaminated. That's the kicker. The sheriff's department said the driver of the truck relayed that the monkeys were dangerous and posed a threat to humans, and that it took appropriate actions after being given that information. They are carrying diseases, but they were not infectious, authorities said. They were being housed in Tulane University, the National Biomedical Research Center in New Orleans, Louisiana, which routinely provides primates to scientific research organizations, according to the university. I'm pretty sure that they have something. But because we're on this, they're not going to talk about what they have. But if you're in Mississippi, hold down the fort. Hold the fort. And this happened again. The sheriff's department initially said the monkeys were carrying diseases, including herpes. But Tulane University said in a statement that the monkeys are not infectious. Herpes has got to be very infectious, right? And then once you got it, you got it. Not me personally, but I know some people that may have it. And they have to take medicine if it never goes away. In November, just last year, around the same time, kind of weird, an Alpha Genius research facility in Beaufort County that's near the coast of South Carolina, where I'm from. I'm not from, I'm just from South Carolina. I'm in the mountains, though. Prompting warnings for nearby residents to secure their doors and windows. They were all eventually safely captured as of January. So 3 months. The Alpha Genius, Greg Westergaard, the CEO of this company, told CBS News in November last year that a caretaker inadvertently failed to secure a door at the enclosure, allowing the monkeys to roam free. What did they have? I don't know. Is this fear-mongering? I have no idea. Not good. After the... Where would this be at? Oh, so this is I-59, Jasper County in Mississippi. After the accident, a number of monkeys escaped, out of 21 total, with 5 being euthanized and 3 remaining unaccounted for. My God. Jasper County Sheriff's Department initially said that the escaped monkeys carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and right there, you see what I'm highlighting? Right there. Boom. However, Tulane corrected that the animals had not been exposed to any infectious diseases, the Clarion Ledger reported. If anybody in Mississippi, just keep an eye out. Would you? Jamie Alexander, that is hilarious. Cindy Porter, yeah, Theo from Louisiana. Yeah, I remember that story happening before when they were children. Theo Vaughn talking about that. I do remember that. Let's get into this. I mean, we were talking about this earlier when it comes to the effective date of what they're doing in the atmosphere, right? Interesting. No more climate change, they said. Who's this coming from?
Warning about the dangers of climate change.
You think that climate change could be a bigger disaster than COVID. Why is that?
Well, certainly climate change will make entire ecosystems die off. It'll make parts of the world, impossible to live in. And so the actual economic and death toll from climate change will be much, much, much greater than what we have with this pandemic.
But he's changing his tune now. He's actually rejecting the doomsday narrative in a new memo saying, quote, although climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, it will not lead to humanity's demise. People will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future.
Why don't you go and make some computers? Why don't you go do that? Why are these people so obsessed? Unbelievable. If you're enjoying the show and you dislike Bill Gates, hit that thumbs up right now. Smash that like button. Do it. Do it. Anybody want to help out over, on Pilled? 10,000 gold pill challenge. I'd really appreciate it. You helping out with any gold pills. 2 or 3 ships over there. We hit our goal. That would be fantastic. And anybody else that is just watching the channel, if you got Cash App, right here. Take your phone. Boom. Click it. Canadian Deplorable 45. I remember you. Hey, so glad that you're back. Boom. Yes, FL John R48. Did you notice how all the storms are moving away from the United States? I have seen that. I have noticed a lot of that, which is good. Fabuloso. Right? Yes. I also checked this out, too. So a lot of stuff is going on around Mamdani. Mamdani, Mamdani, whatever. It's weird, right? So I went into ChatGPT and I was asking this. Like, when it comes to the mayor of New York, his numbers are actually kind of tanking right now, to be honest. But my question was, why was Zohran Mamdani ever targeted by Trump's administration to lose his American citizenship or be denaturalized? Why has this happened? Because you're starting to see stuff. You can't trust some of these places. And I'm talking about right-wing places as well, as we can see here. And I'll bring it up for you. Check this out. He was born in Uganda, his mother says, raised between India and America. He thinks of himself as a Ugandan and as an Indian. Zohran Mamdani's mother in 2013. Okay, 2013. Long time ago. He is not American at all. Zohran Mamdani's mother, again in a 2013 interview from Fox News. He's not an American at all. First on Fox channel. Why hasn't Trump gone at anything like that? So I just put it in a ChatGPT, just try and make sense of this, I guess. And it says here, what does denaturalization mean? Denaturalization means the U.S. government takes away someone's citizenship when they weren't born in the United States and become a citizen later. It's only for naturalized citizens, people who weren't born as a U.S. citizen. Here are some simple steps. People become a U.S. citizen after birth, naturalization. Government finds that they lied, hid something, or committed a serious crime. Government starts a legal process to remove their citizenship. If successful, the person no longer has a U.S. citizenship and can be deported. It's rare and a serious action because U.S. citizenship is generally very protected. So, here are some key points talking about it. He was born in Uganda and moved to the United States when he was 7 years old. He became a U.S. citizen in 2018 in New York State. Now, when we look back to those quotes, those are from 2013. He became a citizen in 2018. He is a member of the New York State Assembly and is running for mayor of New York City. He has a background of being very progressive and focusing on issues like housing and immigration rights. So, what's going on right now in Mamdani and denaturalization? Some Republicans, for example, Andy Ogles and supporters of Donald Trump, have called for Mamdani to have his citizenship removed, saying that when he became a citizen, he allegedly hid facts or committed a wrongdoing. And remember, that was one of the key points. The Trump administration and allies have suggested that they will look into everything regarding Mamdani's citizenship status. The president questioned whether he was even legally in the U.S. and threatened to take action if Mamdani carried out certain policies. It's important to know as of now, no formal denaturalization process has been completed against Mamdani. He remains a naturalized U.S. citizen. Civil rights groups are raising concerns that these calls are motivated by Mamdani's religion. He is Muslim, immigration background, and political views, not by clear proof of wrongdoing. Why is this a big deal? Denaturalization for someone who has lived here for many years and is running for a major office is very unusual. It raises serious concerns about fairness, the rule of law, and if citizenship is being used as a weapon in politics. Because Mamdani became a citizen via naturalization, he could legally, in theory, be subject to denaturalization. And like I said, his campaign is kind of tanking right now, which is very interesting. But only under specific and stringent circumstances, fraud at naturalization, serious crimes, experts say it's very hard to do. The fact that this is happening while Mamdani is public and a political figure means he also touches on issues of rights, free speech, elections, and how we treat immigrants and migrants in the United States. So again, Mud Rabbit, I understand that. Makes sense. I see what you're saying right here. Very interesting. We shall see what happens to him. I have no idea. No idea. But it does seem a tad bit sketched. A tad bit sketchy. 10 points down, Red Pill 1 says. Interesting. We got 144 people watching live on Pilled and only 1,200 gold pills. Where are we at? Before we part ways, my friends, I want to thank everybody out there who helped, who clicked this Cash App. I really do appreciate that. Maybe we can get a cookie train going on Pilled. I will go ahead and release the gold pills. Thanks to everybody who helped out. Leo Sater, 2. Great seeing you, Tom. Missed you. All new to me, blah, blah, blah. The studio, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. HARP is a big thing, is a real thing, too. Be aware of that. 1,200 gold pills. That's okay. I'll go ahead and release the gold pills, and I thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody on YouTube, smash that like button. Share the stream. Do what you can. Do what you can to help share this channel on all your social media, on every platform. I hope you're enjoying. This is just our second stream back. We're going to bring back Linda Parrish. We're going to bring back Brett Collins. We're going to bring back Beyond the Headlines, having other guests on as well. So show support for this channel. I'd really appreciate it. We have got to build back build this channel back, folks. Probably 2 weeks, BK. 2 weeks. I gotta fix some things, but I really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, and it's a pleasure to be back on the front lines with each and every one of you again. Just always know that it's so awesome to see all these old names from the past. Just know it, and I love you guys very much. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Peace.